Hello, replay viewers. Thank you for those of you who've come to join. Thank you, Dr. Hirsch, for joining. I appreciate it. It's been some time since I've done a scope, but I was very motivated today to do a scope based upon reading the article today in the Washington Post. And the article is called, "Is the Nation's Math Instruction in Crisis?" So I read that, and there was a lot of dialogue on the website, the Washington Post, as well as on Twitter about that. And so I wanted to get the discussion started on here to share some thoughts that I have about if the nation's math instruction is truly in crisis or not in crisis. Thank you so much for joining in. We are discussing the Washington Post article, "Is the Nation's Math Instruction in Crisis?" An article that came out today. I tweeted the link for it in the name of this scope here. So there are 2 points in this article that were brought out. The first is kind of the general slanderous against the Common Core state standards, where people are confused about the Common Core state standards, and I want to talk a little bit about that. And the second part of the article talks about when algebra should be introduced into school. Is it 8th grade, in the 9th grade? And there's kind of a debate on that, and I want to share my feelings on that, and then how things occur within my district, within the Chelmsford Public Schools, which I believe does it absolutely perfectly, and then talk a little bit about the purpose of why we study these higher level courses there that's brought up. Tell them when our algebra students take Algebra I. Yes, so just to get right to that, Dr. Hirsch asked the question, when do the students within the Chelmsford Public Schools do it? The way it works within our district, which was kind of discussed in this article here between 8th grade and 9th grade, is that our honor students take Algebra I in 8th grade, where the rest of our students, those that are in the accelerated or in the level 3, they take Algebra I in 9th grade. Previously within our district, we had done basically 75% of our students doing Algebra I in 8th grade. But what we found is that many of the students were not able to really grasp the Algebra I skills, and they did not have the prior knowledge necessary for the basic operations, add, subtract, multiply, divide, fractions, decimals, integers. So we held off. Instead of 75% of our students doing Algebra I in 8th grade, we flipped it. So 25% of our students were doing Algebra I in 8th grade, and the remaining 75% would be doing Algebra I in 9th grade. So a question that was just asked by Anne Marie says, how do we determine this? Well, within our district, we look at a variety of factors. We really have data-driven instruction within the district to determine who is going to be successful. We want to make sure that whatever math class the students are in, they are successful, or they're able to be successful to be able to perform at that level. So we look at their grades, we do a variety of assessments, we do some math leagues, we look at their standardized test scores, we look at their effort, we find out how much they're truly interested in being ready for the honors program, and we start our honors program in 7th grade, where in 7th grade they do the entire 7th grade standards and also some of the 8th grade standards that are not related to Algebra I. So in 8th grade they can do the entire Algebra I curriculum, which was traditionally done in 9th grade. So the article talked about how some people are trying to get students to be doing Algebra I in 7th and 8th grade. Other people think it should be held off until 9th grade. And really, I believe the correct answer is, again, how we do within my district, is that we don't make the decision for everybody. We figure out who's most ready for Algebra I. Those that are ready, we do it in 8th grade. If you're not ready, you do it in 9th grade, because there really should not be a rush to get to Algebra I. So, question here is, how do you decide which teachers teach the course? Is there professional development around that? And yes, we do have a process where the honors courses is a little bit more rigorous. So we do have professional development for the teachers to teach the honors course, as well as summer curriculum writing available to do it, to learn and to be a better teacher for that. However, no matter what course you're in, if you're in the honors, the accelerated, or the level 3, you will be covering the same standards. And that's one of the things that's very important, that no matter what level you're at, you're covering the same standards. At the honors level, you do a little bit quicker, but you go into more detail, more depth. Okay? However, when you're in the lower levels, we try to do it at a slower pace. We identify the power standards and we make sure that we're actually building conceptual understanding. Building conceptual understanding is very important because if you do it too quick and they don't truly understand it, they're not going to retain the knowledge and the skills. So, Common Core State Standards, if you go to my website, mathwithmatthew.com, I did a great, what I believe is a great video blog about what actually is and is not the Common Core State Standards. And Dr. Hirsch says she believes there's confusion in this article that the Common Core State Standards is a curriculum. Dr. Hirsch, you're absolutely correct. It is not a curriculum, it is standards. And I talk about that exact thing in my video blog here, where it's really just a set of expectations. That's what the Common Core State Standards is. It does not subscribe to one particular curriculum. It subscribes to what needs to be covered. And within the Chelmsford Public Schools, for the middle school we were talking about here in this article for algebra, we use the Big Ideas curriculum. That's our choice. You're not required to use the Big Ideas curriculum. You pick the curriculum that works best for your students, your teachers, your school, and the learning style of the students there. So, Common Core is a set of standards, it's a set of expectations, and it's not a curriculum. And when we talk about algebra and we talk about what grade level it should be, the correct answer is there is no right answer. There is no one size fits all. I believe that it should be 8th grade for some students. If they're not ready with the prerequisite prior knowledge, then it should be done in the 9th grade year. Just like we need to differentiate within our classes to reach all the learners, we can't have one particular opinion about exactly what level everybody in the whole class or within the whole school should be taking Algebra 1. It should vary, as should the speed, but when you do take it, we all have the same set of standards and expectations as to what the students should be doing. Again, you can take a look at my website, mathwithmatthew.com. I have a video blog. I have these scopes. Some of them are saved on here. I do a podcast. I have math music videos and a lot of resources. And it was good to start doing a scope again. Thank you, those of you that tuned in to watch and to chat with me a little bit. I appreciate your time.